Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Heather Taylor. I'm a director with Farmasi and I am loving it here. Like absolutely loving it. So I've been in direct sales for coming up on, what is this, 3 years? So I've been around the block. This is my second company. First company was a bust. Look at my other videos. I'll talk all about it. But make sure you hit subscribe. Check out the rest of my channel. See what you find. But we're going to talk about using CC cream color corrector as a concealer today. So we're going to start off with our primer like we always do. So I'm using the VFX Pro Camera Ready primer. It's a silicone based primer. Nothing a whole lot different than you see in other primers. But I love the way this one feels. It's very silky. And I always concentrate in my trouble areas, which is going to be right through my cheeks, around my nose, and around my mouth. Those are my trouble areas. Probably not the only one with that. So usually, I don't even use concealer. Typically. However, I decided that I was going to take a little stroll through Ulta. A dangerous mistake that I made. Ulta's a great place, but for me, I have very sensitive skin. So, I was perusing through Ulta, came across an exfoliator that intrigued me, so I decided to try it. That was a bad decision. It did not like me. This looks good compared to what it looked like 4 days ago, 5 days ago. So, oops, there. Sensitive skin did not agree with that exfoliator, so lesson learned, money wasted. Oh well, we live and we learn. So sometimes when that happens, a concealer, regular just concealer is not enough, right? So I have a lot of redness going on. I've got breakouts happening. If I went in with concealer, I would be like half a tube in, right? So the great thing about a CC cream is that it is a color corrector, but I can use it as a base or as a spot concealer. A lot of times I will suggest this to clients that have a lot of under eye darkness. I will suggest this over a concealer for that issue. Concealers to me are really good if you have a little spot that if I just had one little breakout, if it was just Shark Week and I just needed to cover up a couple things, or, if I want to highlight with a concealer, concealers are great for those type things. But when you have an overall redness, you got a lot of acne going on, and you just need the extra coverage, using CC cream as a concealer, as a base coat, is a really good option. So now, normally, I would wear CC cream right out the door. I would not use it under my foundation. However, if I have something going on, if me and my husband are having a date night, or, I have an important event that I'm going to, or something like that, then I want the extra coverage that I'm not going to get just from using my CC cream. So I love taking and using it as a base. So I'm going to take my CC. This is actually light. I'm kind of in between light and medium right now. So for these purposes, I'm just using the light. Hopefully with summer coming, I can get some sun and not look like a complete ghost. So I'm just going to go in once my primer has dried. And I'm just going in with the CC. And I'm not looking to build up a bunch of coverage. I just want a good, clean base. I just want it to cover everything and hide it for me. Because, yeah, you got it going on, stuff happens, but we don't want the world to know. We want them to think that we are just put together today. Today, we are put together. Now, the thing with this is that you do want to let it dry. That way when you go in with, so for me, I'm using VFX today, so that when I go in with that VFX, I'm not just kind of muddling them together. I want them to kind of hold their own. CC has a purpose today. My VFX has a purpose. Cannot talk. But those purposes do not need to be combined. So we let it dry in between. Okay. So I get just a good basic coat. But because I've used the CC as concealer, it's blurred out everything. I mean, look. No redness. You see that I have, you know, you can see there's a texture of bumps, but they're not screaming at you like, hello, what happened to her face? Like, it's just a nice, smooth, flat surface to work on, okay? That way it just evens everything out. We don't have to worry about it coming through. We don't have to deal with the concealer using so much of it to try to cover such a large area. There you go. Look at that. So we're going to come back in. And I'm going to use VFX today. I'm going to use our VFX in 00. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to start with 2 pumps, okay? And I like to kind of dot it in wherever I want it. And then I blend. Just kind of disperse it a little bit. And I enjoy using a kabuki brush for the VFX. It is usually my go-to. I prefer a brush. I just like the blend that I get with a brush over a blend and bud. VFX is pretty simple. It's pretty much gonna work with any skin type. You know the classics. If you have dry skin, you're gonna need to moisturize and you may need to exfoliate. If you have oily skin, then setting powder or tinted powder is gonna be your best friend, pretty much. But VFX is pretty run-of-the-mill. Anybody can use it. It's a great overall foundation. It's a great starting point. So I just want to make sure, so those areas that I have trouble with, I have hair. Those areas that around here that I'm going to take a little extra care to. We're just going to pat it in a little bit and make sure that we have them covered. But look at that, like just the blankness like that. But that's what you want. We want that smooth surface. We want that smooth blend because we're going to use this surface now to create that masterpiece, right? And I always take it back and cover my ears because my ears tend to be red. So I always go here and kind of come back and down. You just want to make sure everything's blended. All right, let's throw some brows on. We're going to go ahead and do a full face because why not? Why not? So I'm going to use our brow powder in blonde. And I'm actually going to use Farmasi's brush. So it's pretty cool because this, you know, it's dual-ended, which is not unusual, but it works really nice. And I like the length of this brush so I can get a good stroke. And I don't have to keep going back in for product. Let me use a mirror. I'm in desperate need of my eyebrows being waxed. Desperate. But we're going to work with what we got. And I'm just working with what I've got. I'm not recreating the wheel. I'm literally just going in, following the line that I already have. And kind of filling in the blank spaces. Ooh. These brows need some attention. But you're gonna see how it, and I like to take the brush in and just come back, the spoolie in, and kind of just brush it back through. But look at the difference that you can make with just an eyebrow. It's like instant brow lift, instant pop, instant color back to your face. I am not great at brows by no means, but I feel like there is so much value in doing them. So I'm just following the top line, kind of filling in the bottom line. I have more issues on the bottoms, like down here where it's missing. And then you just kind of follow that shape around. And then I'm going to kind of brush it back through just to soften it just a little bit. This is my evil brow over here. You just want it to look like sisters. They don't have to be perfect. Like I said, mine desperately need to be waxed. Okay, so moving on. We're going to throw some contour on. Because honestly, guys, if you catch me wearing if I'm wearing VFX, then something's going on, okay? So I'm going to be contouring. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to run the top of my ear to the bottom of my ear where they meet. So right here. Okay. And this is our contour stick. We also offer powder contour, but I have really become a fan of the cream. And there's a million ways to contour your face. Just make sure you remember to blend all the lines that you make. I have accidentally forgot and left. And that's not cool. Okay, I'm gonna grab a brush and we are just going to blend all this out. So it's creamy, so it blends right on out. Just make sure you kind of carry it up into your hairline a little bit, just so there's some flow there. We don't want any lines. And basically, we are creating shadows. We are giving some dynamic to our face. We're breaking up different areas and drawing attention to the ones we want to draw attention to and kind of hiding the ones we don't. I have a large forehead, so I kind of like to hide that a little bit, bring it back down. And of course, I have really large cheeks and let's face it, I'm fat. So we're going to thin this out a little bit. Basically, we're creating cheekbones where we don't have them. Now, this would be a great time to use your concealer and actually can highlight with it. For me, I'm so pale that I don't have a concealer light enough to really contour, so I just use a really light foundation, which is why I use the VFX 00, which is the lightest. That way it kind of alleviates the fact that I need to highlight. It kind of just solves itself. And then I'm going to come in with a fluffy brush. Like, I don't really have anything on this brush. And I'm just going to kind of pat in the two. And just soften up all of my edges. Just so we make sure everything really looks blended. We want to have a natural look, even though obviously it's not natural. Well, we don't want it to stand out like a sore thumb. Like, oh my gosh, she drew a line on her face. So we just kind of take off the edge. Blend it out a little bit. All right. And I'm feeling peachy today. So we are going with Peach Blossom Blush. This is one of my favorites, especially if you're just not really feeling like the pinky blushes. Like, that's just not your jam. Some days I don't want to feel like Barbie. I just want to have, you know, that natural glow. But I love, 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 love blush. I feel like it just does so much. And it just brings that color back. Just that pop of color back into your cheek. Especially like if I don't do my eyes and stuff. I just feel like I have more of a finished look when I have blush. But look at the difference that it brightens your face up without really a whole lot of work. I mean, it's a little bit of blush, but you just instantly have that pop of color back. And same thing, just taking a blank brush and kind of popping back over it just to blend it out. All right, I'm gonna grab a highlighter. Like, this is super easy, super quick.
Mama, I'm still hungry. I can't buy nothing.
Okay, well, I'll be with you in a few minutes, okay? All right, so this is our highlighter. We're just gonna run it right down our nose. Do it a little bit right there. We're gonna catch our cheeks, our cheekbone right there. This is just very soft, but it's a great way when you have all the redness, or you're having a really bad breakout, or you're like me, your face didn't agree with the new product. It's a really great way to blend everything out and give you that smooth surface that you're used to working with, and even everything out. Hide your secrets, right? Hide your secrets. And we're going to top it off with one of my favorite lipsticks, which is All Natural in our matte liquid lipsticks. Stop, baby. So this is All Natural. I love these lipsticks because they dry matte. They don't transfer. I literally can eat and drink and they don't go anywhere. Lexi, quit, baby. Lexi. Get out, baby.
Sorry, Pencil. I said sorry, Pencil.
I heard you. All right. There you go. Easy peasy, quick look with our CC cream as our concealer. You can find all of these products that I used today on my website, heathertaylormakeup.com. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and keep up with everything that I have in the Farmasi offers. Thanks for watching.